This is the people of the state of Michigan versus Rodney Lee Miller, Police Agency Report number 25-40814. Can I have appearances for the record, please?
Ashley Feltus for the people.
First Assistant Public Defender Clena Anderson with it on behalf of Mr. Miller. The only way formal reading, stand mute and reserve the bond argument.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Miller, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say out loud or in writing can be used against you in court. You have the right to be presumed innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by judge or by jury. You have the right to be represented by an attorney during all stages of these court proceedings, that is before, during, and after trial. You are not required to disclose citizenship status to the court, but you do have the right to consult with an attorney to see if this case would have any effect on your citizenship status. If that last part doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. Okay? Okay. So, the court is going to schedule a pretrial conference date in this matter that will be August 22nd, 2025. That will be at 10:30 in the morning in person at the 15th District Court in courtroom 4. So you're going to see Judge Perry at the courthouse that's located in downtown Ann Arbor. Okay? It's not the one on the corner. It's the one that's down the street. So 301 East Huron, all right? The one where like City Hall is too, okay?
Oh, yeah, right there past Embassy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, okay. So, all right. The court will set bond. Bond is set in all matters, and the purpose is two things. One is to ensure your appearance at future court dates, and the other is for the protection of the public. So, can the attorneys address bond, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. As to this case, my primary concerns are no contact with both victims. The victim in the first case, Nella, legal name Neil, and the victim in the second case, and the second charge, I should say, not case, I apologize for misspeaking. The victim in the second count, Jeremy Smith, and Nella Wasinsky. Those are the two folks I'd like no contact orders with, as well as standard bond conditions. I will let the court know, though, I do show that the defendant has a hold for a probation violation out of Wayne County for CSC in the second degree. So I'm not sure that if he gets a PR, we may lose him. He may go there. I'm not entirely sure if they'll get him, but in my experience, that type of charge, I would expect they would. So I just would request the court consider setting a small cash bond so he can resolve this matter first. And that's all I've got at this point. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Attorney Anderson?
Yes, Your Honor. With regards to his bond, Mr. Miller doesn't have any issue with the no contact with the complainants. He will abide by any court's orders with regards to bond. He will appear for all subsequent court dates. The main concern is the housing. We did note currently that he is homeless. He would ask the court for a personal bond for the sole reason that he's working with on his case in Wayne County, I'm sorry. He's working with Oak Street Health in order to get him help with housing. They're going to help him get into a shelter so he can kind of stabilize his housing situation. So given that, Your Honor, we would ask for a personal bond so he can deal with Wayne County. The expectation is that they'll pick him up. He'll deal with Oak Street, get his housing taken care of, and then be able to come back and deal with this case.
At this time, the court will set bond with the following conditions. You are not to use or possess alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. You are not to purchase or possess any firearms, ammunition, other dangerous weapons, or the means to create them. Any weapons that you do possess are to be surrendered. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission. You are not to have contact with Nella Wasinsky or Jeremy Smith when the court says no contact, what the court means is no in-person contact, no contact through the mail, no contact over the computer or phone via phone calls, text messages, emails, social media, the internet in any way, shape, or form, or through third parties. Can you wait till the end? I will ask if you have questions. Okay, thank you. You are not to go to Nella Wasinsky or Jeremy Smith's place of residence or place of work or any place they might frequent. When the court says do not go, the court does not care if you own a place, rent a place, or are personally invited to go to a place. Do not go. In this instance, it looks like the prosecutor's office is specifically requesting a do not go to the Delanis shelter, so you can't go to the Delanis Center, okay?
That ain't Wayne County's where I'm from. She
Okay.
brought me out here.
Okay,
Okay, don't make any statements, sir. Just don't go to the Delana Center in Ann Arbor, okay?
so you are not to engage in any sort of assaultive, threatening, harassing, terrorizing, molesting, or stalking behaviors towards Nella Wasinsky, Jeremy Smith, or anyone else. You are not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever. You are to appear for any and all dates set for you by the court, the next one in this matter being August 22nd at 10:30 in the morning in front of Judge Perry. So, do you understand all of the bond conditions?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What's your question?
Her phone bill, that's in my name, so I'm gonna be shutting that off so I don't have no contact whatsoever with her. Because it's in my name. Her phone is in my name.
Okay. I hear you had to have a conversation with your public defender, okay? But yeah, you're not to have any contact, all right?
That's what I'm saying. I just want the phone shut off. I'm shutting it off out of my name. And her name, but I'm
The court, Mr. Miller, the court's not making any orders with regards to what you do with your bills. She's just telling you not to have contact.
Ain't no problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so these conditions will be entered into the Law Enforcement Information Network. They will be readily accessible to any police officers that you may come into contact with. And if they have probable cause to believe that you have violated one of these conditions, they can arrest you on the spot, and you'll be held for a bond violation hearing in front of a judge who may revoke your bond and set a new, more restrictive one. So, at this time, the court is going to set bond in the amount of $1,000. 10% is allowed. So, anything else from the attorneys?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Miller, you are free to go to the door and tell the jail that you're finished.
Okay.
That hearing had a little bit of everything. Magistrate Hillary Braley presided over the arraignment of Rodney Lee Miller, and while the charge itself was fairly standard, the bond discussion gave it some weight, resented by Assistant Public Defender Clee Anderson, waived the formal reading of the complaint, and stood mute while reserving bond arguments. Magistrate Braley then went through his rights in detail: the right to silence, presumption of innocence, trial by judge or jury, and counsel at every stage. The prosecutor's position was clear: no contact with both complainants, Nella Wasinsky and Jeremy Smith, along with standard conditions. She also flagged that Miller had a probation violation out of Wayne County on a separate matter and suggested a small cash bond so he could resolve this case before being transferred. Defense counsel countered that Miller, currently homeless, was working with Oak Street Health to secure shelter placement and asked for a personal recognizance bond so he could stabilize housing before tackling the Wayne County case. Magistrate Braley struck a middle ground: $1,000 bond with 10% allowed, plus strict no-contact orders with the named complainants, a prohibition on alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs, surrender of weapons, no leaving Michigan, and no entry to the Delana shelter where one complainant was known to stay. She explained no contact in plain terms: no calls, no texts, no social media, no third-party messages, and made sure Miller understood violations could result in immediate arrest. Miller, who had been quiet and cooperative throughout, asked one practical question. The complainant's phone was still on his account, and he wanted to shut it off so he wouldn't be tied to her bills. The magistrate reminded him that the court didn't govern billing matters, only contact, and repeated that his responsibility was to avoid communication. The overall atmosphere was calm but serious. The prosecutor was focused on victim safety, the defense on housing stability, and the magistrate balanced both, setting a manageable bond but layering it with firm conditions. Miller's demeanor was respectful, though his brief question about the phone bill showed the personal entanglements that make these cases messier than the charge sheet alone suggests. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.